Hey guys, and welcome to this second beginner class on this series all about de-stressing and doing our gentle stretches. So today we're going to have a focus all on our upper body, our shoulders, our back and our arms. So we're going to need a couple of things just to get into these areas. And the first one is a strap. And if you don't have a strap, then go ahead and maybe grab yourself a scarf or a belt from the dressing gown, something soft that's easy to grab a hold of. And you want a blanket as well for just some additional support if you need it, and a nice gentle heart opener later. So you want it to be a bit dense. If you don't have a dense blanket, go ahead, grab a towel as an alternative. And when you've got all these things, go ahead and meet me back on the mat and we'll get into these arms. So whenever you're ready, we'll get ourselves comfortable in a seat, either on a chair or on the floor. I'm going to take my blanket and just make it nice and thick so I've got a cushion to sit on. I'm going to take a moment here just to settle ourselves in. You can sit cross-legged, you can extend the legs long or do butterfly, whatever feels more comfortable. But when you get there, let's take a nice comfortable seat. Let's rest the hands down. Let's take some deep breaths into the belly, the chest and your shoulders. And then as you exhale, maybe just allow yourself to close the eyes and tune in for a moment. Just allow that breath to resonate through the whole body. I'm going to enjoy some upper body stretches today for our back. So just take that time just for yourself right now at the start of this class. And then we'll take one more deep breath here wherever you are. Let it go. And then from here, just gently blink the eyes open. And we're going to take some nice gentle neck stretches here. So let's just slowly take your right ear towards the right shoulder. Feeling that stretch going all the way down that right side, the left side of your neck. Just noticing where you feel it. Maybe gaze to the floor slightly. And gaze up to the ceiling. Just travel that stretch around the side of your neck. And if you want a little bit more, you can take that left hand out to the side, reaching down towards the floor. And then we'll inhale, bring it back through center, take it to the other side, drop the left ear to your left shoulder. Just settle there for a moment with our gaze forwards. Let that right shoulder drop down. And then maybe just rolling the neck a little bit and identifying where you feel that tension. Maybe bring your right fingers out to the side if you want a bit more. And then bring it back up into center. Let's take that right hand out to the side now. And then inhale, reach the left hand up towards the ceiling. And then on your exhale, take a gentle twist and side stretch over to the side. Leaning over onto that right side, squeezing together your right obliques. Extending into that left side body, then inhale, bring it all the way back up through our center. And then as we exhale, take the left hand down, bring the right arm up and lean it over. Other side, just go as gentle as you want. There's no pressure here to get serious depth in any of these stretches. When you are beginning your yoga journey, a lot of it is just about learning where your limits are, where your body is. Finding that breath as we move the body. And then we'll inhale, bring it all the way up through our center. And then we're going to take a gentle twist here. So we're going to slowly just turn over that right knee or over to the right side. Take a minute here. Hands either side of the leg and just give yourself a gentle twist. And you can keep the gaze in the same direction as your chest, or start to take the gaze a bit more over to the right. Just taking 1 or 2 more here. And then we'll bring ourselves back into that center, and then we'll turn over that left knee or towards the left side, hands either side of the leg, and just give yourself a gentle twist here. As you exhale, draw your belly in and feel yourself nice and long through the spine. Feeling that compression into your middle back, your thoracic spine, and just take 1 or 2 more breaths here. And then inhale, bring it back through your center. And this is where we're going to grab a hold of that strap now, or your scarf, whatever you're using. And you can do this seated. You want to make sure you got a bit of room around you. So if you do need to come to a stand to do this, go ahead. But just unraveling your strap or unfurling out your scarf. And then bringing your hands out long in front of you. And then just allow your hands to generously go wide for now. And grabbing a hold there so you've got a firm grip. On your inhale, we're going to reach the arms up towards the ceiling and try and extend them behind you slightly, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Stay in there for 1 breath. And then maybe on your exhale, you can let the arms go behind you. This is our shoulder floss as we inhale. And then exhale with 1 movement, trying to just bring it back around through the center. And then inhale there. And then exhale, bring it all the way back and up, rolling those shoulders out as you go. Inhale at the bottom. And then as you exhale, bring it forwards again. Start to feel that warmth in your shoulders. If you feel a bit more space to give, walk those hands in another centimeter, inch as you inhale there. And then exhale, squeeze the shoulders back behind you. Exhale, inhale. And then as you exhale, take it back around, working on your shoulder mobility. Maybe inch it 1 more. As you inhale there, and then exhale all the way back. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, try and bring it forwards again. Keep that tension on the strap. Beautiful stuff. And then let's take that strap out to the side now. We'll use it a little bit later. As we come forwards now onto our hands and knees, we're going to take a cat-cow position here. So there's an option if you want to use your blanket to pad underneath the knees, then go ahead. And we're going to bring the knees about hip distance apart. Bring our wrists under our shoulders. And then inhale, let's curl the tailbone up to the ceiling. Open the chest, the shoulders, lifting ourselves up there. And then as we exhale, we'll round into the back. Allow the gaze to drop down to your navel. These are our cat-cow positions. As we inhale, we'll curl the tailbone up, drop your navel, and allow your chest to come forward, your gaze in that cow pose. And then as we exhale, round into your back, push into the hands and draw up your gaze down to your navel. Taking 1 more round here with your breath. And exhale it out. And then from here, we're going to come and bring the gaze forward, and we're going to step the feet about hip distance apart to the front of our mat. And if you need to come out completely to get there, go ahead. We'll inhale to just lift slightly, hold on to your thighs, your shins. And then as we exhale, forward fold with a gentle softness to your knees. Don't feel like locking the legs out. And if the hands are really far away from the ground, then you can just dangle the arms. Let the shoulders disengage. Let the head disengage. And if you've got a bit more mobility in your shoulders, go ahead and hold on to opposite elbows and fold your torso down towards your thighs, your quads. Let your head and gaze just drop back between the legs. Let the shoulders disengage completely. Resting here for a breath or two. And then from here we'll inhale, roll ourselves all the way up to stand, let the arms go. And bringing yourself back to that comfortable standing position. Take a minute there just to settle yourself in, shake out any joints if you need to. We're going to get ourselves ready for a nice little gentle shoulder chest opener now. So you're going to want to grab a hold of that strap. Doesn't matter how long it is. Don't worry if it reaches down to the floor. We're going to take a hold of the strap behind us. Take a minute here as we inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to slowly squeeze the shoulder blades together, open the chest and lift your arms up away from the ground. Take a minute here. And if you can even interlace the fingers, go for the full variation, no strap. Grounding into your feet wherever you are. Open your chest, maybe gaze slightly up to the ceiling. And then bringing your hands back down. Taking a minute here. As we exhale, we'll forward fold and slowly lower yourself down again, reaching towards the floor. And then bend your knees generously. We're going to step the knees back onto that blanket. Finding that cow position for one more round as we inhale, curl the tailbone, open the chest, the heart, gaze forwards. Exhale, round into your back. Tuck your tailbone under, drop your gaze down. And then inhale, bring it back through your center. And then we're going to take a thread the needle here. So walk your left hand forward slightly. And then we're going to walk your right arm underneath until the shoulder can come down onto the ground. Flip that right palm up to the ceiling and drop your gaze and your head down towards the floor. And with this left arm, you're just going to leave it either there in front of the face. Let the forearm rest down for a gentler shoulder stretch here. Option, you can walk your hand over your head and drift your gaze up towards the ceiling. Whatever feels more natural, comfortable. But whatever you do, just soften your right fingers, your gaze, your jaw, let everything rest. Take one more breath here. And then we'll inhale, bring it all the way back by bringing the left hand back and then sweeping that right arm back up. And then we'll go into the other side. So bring that right hand forward slightly and then sweep the left arm underneath. Flip the palm up towards the ceiling. Drop your side of your head down and the forearm can rest on the floor on that right hand. Or you can walk the hand forwards off the mat, gazing gently up towards the ceiling. Whatever feels more comfortable on your spine. Play around here with shifting your weight equally onto both knees, squaring off your hips. As we take one more breath here. And then let's bring that right hand back. And then the left hand back. And then from here, let's just drop the hips back towards the knees. Rest on your forearms. You can bring a cushion under the head if you want, or drop the head all the way down to the floor. Child pose. Take a moment here. And then from here, we're going to just come back to that seat. So however you get there. And we're going to roll that blanket up now. So do a little bit of prep work here. And then this is going to go just underneath the shoulders on the back of the heart. We're going to use this as a nice chest opener as we lie down. So get it positioned somewhere at the top end of your mat. And then wiggle your hips out. Start with a bent knee. Allow your feet to stay planted. And then as you exhale, slowly start to roll yourself down. Find the blanket in the middle of your back. Let the head come down And let the arms go out to the side. Now the legs can go long. You can cross the legs if that feels more comfortable. But start to feel the stretch going all the way along your front side body, maybe into your pecs, your shoulders. Allow your breath to resonate into your chest. As we just rest here for 1 or 2 more moments. And then from here, we'll very slowly inhale, come back onto the forearms, the elbows, and just take that blanket out. And we're going to take it to one side, doesn't matter which side. I'm going to go left first, but just take a second here, draw those knees into your chest and bring them nice and close. You can hold the shins behind the hamstrings. You can take the knees wide if you need to, but just give that lower back a little massage, locking the knees together and drawing a little circle here to massage out any space that may feel a little tight. And then from here, we're going to plant our feet down onto the ground. We're going to grab a hold of that rolled up towel, blanket, whatever you've got, and just keep it handy. As we're going to send the right arm out to the side, inhale there. And then as we exhale, we're going to drop the knees over to the left. And now this is where the blanket comes in handy. Place it between your thighs for a little bit of extra grounding and cushion there. And it gives you something you can rest that left hand on as well. Gentle twist into your back. And if you prefer, you can use a cushion here. You can use multiple cushions, just something for this right thigh to rest on, so it's not floating there in space. And then very slowly, we'll inhale, bring it all the way back through the center, bringing those feet back. Inhale. Let's take the left hand out to the side now. And as we exhale, we'll go over onto that right hip. You can let the blanket stay between the thighs just to help support that gap between the knees if you've got one. You can take the blanket out if you've got more space to give, but while we're just learning and on our journey here, we don't want to push our bodies too far, so we spike that stress reflex and don't want to come back to the mat. We want to ease ourselves in gently. Take one more breath here. And then when you inhale, let's bring it all the way back up through the center. Move that blanket out to the side. Now we're all done. Let's take those knees back into the chest and just give yourself a little rock side to side. And then let's lie down nice and flat onto the ground. You can bend the knees and plant the feet if you have any lower back sensitivity, or you can lie nice and flat there. Taking your hands out to the side where the palms can face the ceiling. Maybe give your shoulders a slight gentle tuck underneath. Close the eyes. Just staying here for a minute to settle in and let the energy back through our body, all this circulation back. As we give ourselves a reset at the end of our practice. Savasana. Feeling yourself with each exhale becoming heavier. Feeling your limbs as they start to soften. Allowing that breath to be natural and comfortable. As we just take one more breath here. And then from here, we'll start to gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Roll out the wrists, the ankles. Maybe bend your elbows and knees. And draw them into your chest and give yourself a full hug. And then whenever you're ready, rolling over onto your right side, take a little fetal position there. And then using a helping hand, we'll slowly bring ourselves back into that comfortable seat. Take a moment here just to pause, rest the hands down, take the blanket if you need. Enjoy one breath here, nice deep one into the belly, the chest. And exhale, sigh it all out, let it go. And then bring your hands into your heart center. Inhale there. And as you exhale, bow your head down to your heart. Namaste.